So on Verdict tonight, we're looking at NDTV's BMW expose. Will the Supreme Court judgment actually change the rules? Will it redefine investigative journalism? SMS India Space yes, India Space no to 56388. 6388 if you're in the UAE or 63880 if you're in the UK. You can also log on to ndtv.com and join tonight's debate live. Well, before I go across to my special panel, I'll just go across to our reporter Poonam Agarwal, who was complimented by the Supreme Court today in their judgment as well. Poonam, it's been a long, tough legal battle. Tell us, for you, what has been the most satisfying part of the Supreme Court judgment? The fact that they have said this was in public interest. Give us a bit of the background on the story.
Well, Sonia, as you know, it was a teamwork and it started on May 2007. The expose was aired then, and ever since then, there was a long legal battle, not only in one court but to two courts, High Court and the Supreme Court. Through this expose, we tried to bring in the corruption that is existing in the judiciary and how witnesses are turning hostile in the big profile cases. So through this expose, we tried to bring that out. And today, the most satisfying part was that the sting operation conducted by NDTV was appreciated. It was said by the judge specifically that the sting operation was in public interest and it was not media trial, which I feel is very important for every news channel who believe in investigative journalism.
Poonam, thanks so much for that update. And I have to add here that the court wasn't that complimentary about the anchors of that evening, which included Barkha and me, but that's okay. In the larger interest, we'll go with that criticism. Thanks so much, Poonam, for joining us on that tonight. And let me go across to my panel. Let me first go across to Justice Verma, who is, of course, the former Chief Justice of India and also Honorary Chairman of the News Broadcasting Standards Authority. Justice Verma, in your new role, you're faced with questions about the ethics of sting operations at large. When you see the Supreme Court judgment today, what are your views on this and why do you think it is so important?
As a matter of fact, I haven't seen that judgment, but going by the media reports, I think it's a very welcome judgment. And it is in line with the guidelines which the authority which I am privileged to chair in an honorary capacity had issued way back in February this year. And we had indicated that sting operations are perfectly legitimate and justified when there is no other means of obtaining evidence of any wrongdoing. And you see, that should be, of course, done without committing any illegality.
Right.
And it should have the editorial approval. And you see, all people who are in public life or doing anything which is of public concern, well, I mean, if they are doing anything wrong, well, that ought to be exposed, and your investigative journalist is all right for that.
I think one important aspect, sir, of today's judgment is the fact that the media has always been bound by the fact that if a case is in court, we're accused of contempt of court if you cover something or it's being said that it's sub judice. If I can just quote from the judgment where it says that the sting did not obstruct the BMW trial. In fact, it showed a conspiracy to undermine the trial. They added that the NDTV sting rendered valuable service to the public cause to protect purity of justice. And they also said that any attempt to regulate media from outside could cause more harm than good, that the norms must come from inside. As a former Chief Justice, sir, do you think that is actually a sign of openness by the court, that they have said that if the sting is in public interest and if it shows an attempt to obstruct justice, it can be done even when a trial is on?
Well, Sonia, I welcome this judgment. It's a landmark judgment, and I entirely agree with it, and I'm happy that this has come, because there are so many wrongdoings happening to subvert the cause of justice. And if there is any one public spirited individual.
Tuba.com